Hi, welcome to episode 9 of 365, a continuation of episode 8, where I started talking about 5 of the 10 things I've learned from 10 years of working in tech, and I'm talking about the other 5 today. In the first episode, I talked about learning, doing, and sharing. Number 2, being okay with saying no. Number 3, being open to trying new things. Number 4, money is important, but it isn't everything. And number 5, keep track of your work. So let's get into the other 5. Alright, so let's get into the other 5 things. Number 6, ask. Number 7, help others. Number 8, be loyal to yourself. Number 9, know yourself. Number 10, be willing to be a novice. And there are 2 bonus ones that I will come to at the end. So ask. If you want something, ask. If you need something, ask. If you want a raise, ask. If you want a promotion, if you're looking for a new job, if you want to switch roles within your organization, whatever it is you want, just ask. Don't assume that people know what you want. Also, don't assume that people don't want to help you. Ask for what you want and what you need. And the worst that will happen is you get a no. The best that will happen is you get what you actually want, or even better. And sometimes nothing brings clarity and spurs you into action more than an unexpected no. You might also be slightly embarrassed, but nobody has ever died of embarrassment. And with time, the more you ask, the less embarrassed you get when you get no's. I recently read an essay by Kim Liao about how her goal is to get 100 rejections a year. And there's only one way to get 100 rejections a year. You need to apply to many things and ask for many things. So take that perspective. Nothing is wrong in asking, but always be clear in your ask and always know the outcome that you want when you ask for something. Number 7, help others. There is no fun in going up all on your own. Take time out to coach and mentor other people, to recommend them for opportunities, to teach them how to do something. This could be people within or outside of your organization or your team, but just try to be a helpful person in general without expecting anything in return. This doesn't mean that you will never get anything back. There's, of course, the principle of reciprocity. Usually when you help people, they tend to want to help you back at some future time without you even having to say, oh, you owe me one. But in general, just try to be of help to other people without expecting anything back. And they may also be spurred to help other people until you're creating a chain of good deeds. Number 8, be loyal to yourself. Being loyal to yourself can mean many things, but here's how I look at it. It means 2 things to me. The first thing is being true to the true version of yourself, being who you really are, bringing the best version of yourself. And from a Christian point of view, it is doing everything as unto God, doing your best work. Be loyal to your values, to what you believe, and do not let your environment and other people in your environment drag you down, but remain excellent and put in your best, even if you feel underpaid or underappreciated. Be who you are, and who you are should not be in reaction to what your environment is. You need to establish that. The second thing being loyal to yourself means is to be loyal to yourself first and then to other people next, and never, well, I wouldn't say never, but try not to place a company's interest above what is best for you. It's not personal because, as we've seen with the recent layoffs, when it comes down to it, you're just a number on a balance sheet. So put your goals, values, and what matters to you first. And putting yourself first isn't always about money. Like I said in the previous episode, money is important, but it's not the most important thing. Putting yourself first could be waiting till your performance cycle is over so you can get a promotion and a new title that creates more opportunities for you outside, rather than leave for a better paying role of the same title, if that's what is important to you. It could be assisting on a project outside of your core functions because there's a skill you want to develop, and working on that project will help you with developing those skills. And these are things that not only benefit you, but they benefit your company and your team. Because for you to get a promotion, amongst other things, you need to do great work. When you're assisting people to complete their projects, you're doing something that benefits them. And finally, being loyal to yourself always looks like being willing to walk away from things that no longer serve you, no longer align with you, and to never allow yourself come to a point of extreme desperation. Because whether it's to decide about taking a new offer or remaining where you are or accepting a promotion or moving to another role, the only things you get when you accept an offer out of desperation are regret and dissatisfaction. The best way to do this is always to ensure you have alternatives and be willing to walk away if it doesn't suit you. So for the final 2 things, know yourself. To be loyal to yourself, you need to know who you are. You need to have a strong sense of self, a strong sense of what you want, a strong sense of your values and what is important to you. Even if you don't know what you want for sure, you should be able to know what you do not want. You should be able to filter the noise of what everyone is saying you should or shouldn't be doing, or what is expected of you, quote unquote. You have to know your strengths, know your weaknesses, know your skills, things that you need to develop, and things you have no interest in developing. You don't have to stick to a script that has been written for you by someone else. Number 10, be willing to be a novice. Always be willing to start again. Always be willing to ask questions. Don't let needing to look a certain way get in the way of you actually learning what you need to learn. One of my superpowers is that I'm never shy to ask questions. If I don't understand something, I'll ask, even if people think I should know the answer. A corollary to this is, do not be afraid to say I don't know right now or I'm not sure. If the situation allows, you can add on that you look it up or you point them to someone who you think might know. Don't feel like you must always have the answers to everything, and don't let other people have that expectation of you. Yes, you want to be helpful. Yes, you want to show that you're a superstar. But there are some things you actually don't know, and that's okay. But always be willing to learn. After this, I will give you the bonus too. And now for the bonus 2 things. 1, document like crazy, and 2, always be interviewing. Document like crazy. I know I already talked about keeping track of your work, but this is a different thing. Sometimes people are crazy, and the only way to cover yourself is to have things clearly documented, especially when there are disagreements at work. Also, if you have a colleague that has a tendency to never write anything down and only wants to have calls, be careful. I'm not saying always have a tinfoil hat, but be careful. The second thing is always be interviewing. I think that people have this tendency to, when they are happy in their workplace, they just like stay there, they don't look outside, they don't see what's happening. And I think that can be very damaging to you, because when you're not interviewing, you don't know what is happening outside, you don't know what the opportunities are that exist, you don't know what the market is saying. I think of always interviewing as a way to be in touch with what is happening in your industry. It's also a way to meet people. Interestingly enough, this is something that people don't think about, but interviewing is actually a great way to meet people, because I've had interviews where I didn't get the role, but I still keep in touch with the hiring manager or the recruiter, and that can be very helpful for you down the line. So always be interviewing, no matter how satisfied you are with your work, no matter how happy you are, always be interviewing, because anything can happen at any time. And if you're not always interviewing, you're not ready. Always interviewing also keeps your interviewing skills fresh, because interviewing is a skill, and it's easier for you to continue when you're already always interviewing than in the moments where you need to find a new job and then you have to start afresh learning how to interview. So I hope these lessons/tips have been very helpful for you. And like I always say, take what works for you, discard the rest. If it doesn't resonate with you, throw it away. Try new things, even if it's something you've never heard before or thought about before. Try it, see if it fits, and if it doesn't fit, let it go. Have a great day.
Thank you for joining me on today's episode of A Couple of Things. If you enjoyed this episode or found any part of it insightful, don't forget to share with your friends on your social media, and be sure to leave a comment or a review if you can on your podcast listening app. Thank you.